I created the visualization you just saw by incorporating a variety of data sources. I began with New York City Open Data, which has publicly accessible statistics on the location of each subway station, its address, the trains that serve that station, as well as service information and the latitude and longitude of each station, most importantly. And then I went to the MTA website and I downloaded information on the user ridership statistics for each and every station, all 425 stations listed, for the years 2012 through 2017. And it took that MTA data from both weekdays here and weekends. And then I took these three data sources, the geo-referenced locations of every station from New York City Open Data, correlated with the ridership statistics for each station, and I brought that into a single document. So this is a text file that incorporates these three data sources as a comma-separated values file. This lists in order the location of the station, its longitude and latitude, the trains that serve that station, the borough, and then the ridership statistics by year. So I took these three data sources, incorporated them into a single document, and then imported again those results into a software called Tableau, which allowed me to map every single station on the subway system by their latitude and longitude, longitude, which I brought into the software. And these located each of these stations on the map, and then I sized the station according to the number of individuals who used that station, and I color-coded that station according to the line or lines that serve that station. So green for the 4, 5, and 6, red for the 1, 2, and 3, etc., etc. And white is color-coded for stations that are at the intersection of two or more different lines, such as Times Square or Grand Central Station. So I have, at this point, these data sets. So I have one map for the weekend ridership. Of course, circles are much smaller because fewer people ride the subway on weekends. And then another visualization for the weekday. So I took these two visualizations from Tableau, here and here, along with this visualization that shows the busiest to the least busiest stations. And I imported all of that into Photoshop, where I did some final editing on the images. So I added things like the locations of all the routes right here. And then I brought these two layers, the weekday layer and the weekend layer, and then I placed them into a single document. And then finally, I took this Photoshop file, the different layers of this Photoshop file, and imported that into Final Cut Pro, where I added the finishing touches of the heartbeat, the audio track on the lower level, as well as the panning that happens as you move across the video, like that. So here it is, my process for creating this visualization, beginning with New York City Open Data, the latitude, longitude, ridership statistics from the MTA for weekend and weekday, importing that into a text file, editing that in Tableau, and then in Photoshop, and then proofreading and editing the finishing touches in Final Cut Pro movie editing software.